Guys, in this video, we are going over the secret law of attraction practice that is going to help you feel good always. When it comes to the law of attraction, one of the most important things you can do is feel good, to be in an energy of abundance, of wealth, of feeling good. And the more throughout the day you can feel good, the more you can tap into those emotions, tap into that energy, the more you're going to attract the things you want in your life. And so this simple exercise I'm going to give you is going to help you do that as you go along your day. That's coming up next. What's up, guys? My name is Dave and this is HeartSpace. If you haven't been to the channel before, we release daily videos that are going to help you live life more in the way you want to live it. That means more freedom, that means more income, that means more adventure, whatever it is that you want. So if you want to learn how to do more of those things for yourself, click that subscribe and bell icon so you don't miss any of the videos that we've released. Now today I want to go over a practice that has been so impactful in my life. And this practice does not need to take long. In fact, it can just take a few minutes. And ideally, you do this at least once a day, but I would recommend doing it both in the morning, once you get up within like the first 30 minutes, and also before you go to sleep. Because this practice is going to put you in such a good energy, in such a good mood, that taking that energy into the rest of the day is just going to lay out a really good foundation for your day. And also, by taking this energy into your sleep, you are almost guaranteeing that the things you want start attracting to you. So the practice is called the magic moments, and I'm going to describe what it is. So just to show you that I do this, and to give you an example of some, I have my journal right here. This is personally my gratitude and magic moment journal. So every single day I do gratitude practice. So you can kind of see there, it's almost full now. Actually, I need to get another one. But I also in the back have what's called a magic moments list. And so the idea behind this list is most people, when they think of the past, they think of the past in a negative light. They think of that time they embarrassed themselves, or they think of that time that person was a jerk to them, or they think of that time when they were in poverty or they were struggling or something of that nature. And you go through your day and maybe many little things trigger those past memories. And the reason for that is because we're not used to thinking of the good magic moments we've had in our life, which all of us have had. And the reason we don't think of those things is because we don't think of those things. We don't actually deliberately think of those things on a daily basis or consistently, so they aren't our go-to memories. But when you start doing this practice every single day, you're going to start thinking of things that make you feel good. Things you did in the past that made you feel accomplishment or made you feel happy or love or wealth or whatever it is. And you're going to surround yourself with these feelings in order to attract more of the same. Because as we know, when it comes to the law of attraction, you attract like for like. And so if you are thinking about things in your past that are negative, if you were thinking about times when you didn't have money, or you're thinking of times when that person was mean to you or whatever else, what you appreciate appreciates. And when I say appreciate, I mean whatever you focus on is what's going to build in your life. So when you're thinking of that negative thing in the past, that negative story, the whatever it is, the negative event, you are attracting more things on that energy. What you appreciate appreciates. And so this practice uses the same law, except now we're doing it in a more positive light. So the magic moments list. Right now, I started this a couple months ago, and I have about 62 entries right now. And what I do is when you first start this practice, you are going to list all of the magic moments you can think of. And these are moments that when you just think of them, you can't help but smile. Maybe they even cause you to shed a tear, obviously in a happy way, not in like a terror kind of way, but more in a happy way. Maybe you feel so much love when you think of this memory. Maybe it was this amazing time you had with one of your parents. Maybe it was with a friend. Maybe you just did something, you won a spelling bee when you were in 5th grade or something, but something that just made you feel really, really good. And we're going for things that are pretty big here. So I have a daily gratitude practice when it can be small, it could be big, it can be whatever. Being grateful for a bird on a tree while also being grateful for thousands of dollars coming in, whatever it is, right? But for this one, we're looking for very significant moments that you feel so strongly about. So I'm going to give you some examples to give you an idea of this. Now, some of these may mean nothing to you, but they mean a lot to me. So let me see what I'm going to give you here. So, all right, here's the last one I have in here. Actually, I'm not going to share that one. That one's a bit personal. But I had a moment when I was on vacation in Vietnam recently where I was playing football on the beaches of Da Nang with complete strangers. And it was a magic moment for me because it showed how football can unite people. And these were people who were complete strangers, but by the end of the day, I played with 5 or 6 people I'd never met, and yet we came together to play football together and really enjoy this sport that we all loved. And so for me, that was a magic moment that made me feel really good, and it makes me feel really good when I think back to it. Let me give you another one on here that's a little more feeling based. Let me go down the list. Lily surprising me in King of Prussia. That one's on my first page. And this is a special moment for me because before me and Lily were girlfriend and boyfriend, she came to surprise me in my hometown, and I had no idea she was coming. And so when I found out she was here, you know, it was such a big shock, and I just had this wave of love overcome me. So whenever I read that in the morning or at night, I re-experience that love. Have you noticed when you think of a negative thing that happened in your past, maybe you were bullied, maybe someone said something negative to you, or whatever you go to, do you notice that you actually start feeling those emotions right now? You feel and are connecting to those emotions now. And so the point of this is having the times when you felt love, when you felt happiness, when you felt joy, when you felt accomplishment, and reconnecting with those emotions, reconnecting with those moments. And guess what, guys? The more you reconnect with those moments, the stronger the connection becomes. To the point where I look over this sometimes and I do have tears rolling down my face at times. I do just find myself laughing out loud or just smiling like a crazy person because of the emotions that these magic moments elicit. So you're gonna write as many of those as you can think of down. And here's the kicker. Because a lot of times, once you start doing this practice, you're going to think of more moments while you're just going about your day. So what you want to do is have your phone or a notebook or something on you, and whenever you think of a magic moment again, you're like, oh yeah, that thing that happened when I was like 15, that was such a great moment. I need to put that in my magic moments. You just put it on your phone to insert there later. Put it in your notebook and remind yourself to put it in your journal later. And so the cool thing about having this practice every morning and every night is not only do you get to reconnect with these magic moments you have had throughout your life, but you can add to it every morning and night if you can think of one. If something's happened, the previous day and you want to add it to your magic moments, you wake up in the morning and go, oh yeah, that was a magic moment. I'm going to write that down. For example, I added one, I think, yesterday because something happened at night, and I added it in the morning to my magic moment list. And now it's giving me something else to connect to, another reason to revisit one of my magic moments. And so that's the practice, guys. And let me again explain why this works, why this will help you bring more of what you want into your life, because what you appreciate appreciates. And so if you focus on the negative things in your past, you are going to ensure that more of those negative things happen in your future or right now in your present. But if you focus on the things that filled you with love, you focus on your wealth. Like I have certain times I hit a certain number of sales in my business, or I hit a certain number of earnings in a month that I put in that magic moments list, and I feel what it was like to have earned that amount or to have that amount come in. So the more you appreciate the feelings of wealth, abundance, love, kindness, gratitude, whatever it is, from your past, the more you are ensuring that those things are coming about in your future. And so if you can start doing this practice, you're going to find that you're feeling good more often than not, and that you are not thinking about negative things from the past. You are thinking only about positive things from the past, which again ensure that you are going to have more positive things happen in your future. And I can say today at where I'm at, I rarely think about my past in a negative light. Every now and then maybe it still pops up. But whenever I think about my past now, I think about things I'm grateful for. I think about the amazing things that happened. You know, it's to a point that sometimes I forget about the negative stuff. I can't even recall it. And that's great for me because it doesn't really help me to think about those things. And so by doing this practice, you will find that you are feeling good more often. You are realizing, wow, there's actually a lot for me to be grateful for. And probably most important for some of you is you will have more of those things appear in your life. All right, guys, so that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Really start to use this practice. It is very, very powerful. I know it seems very simple, but don't neglect the simple, energetic practices like this that are going to put you in love, put you in gratitude, remind you of the things you do have in your life. Because again, the law of the universe, or at least one of them, is what you appreciate appreciates. And so what you put your focus on is where energy is going to flow. I think it's where focus goes, energy flows. Focus on the negative, energy flows to the negative. Like attracts like, you get more negative. You focus on the positive, energy flows to the positive. Like for like, you get more positive. Pretty simple when you break it down, but if you start doing it consistently, that's how it's going to work. All right, guys, thanks again. As always, I love you, and I'll see you in the next video.